Hello, and welcome back to another 10-minute coffee break make. So today we're going to be doing some stamping and a little bit of watercolouring. So I'm going to be using stamp set Sketchy Floral for my page today. So this one was released, I think, last year. I'm also going to be using a quote from my Journaling Quotes 2 set, which we're going to be using the I can't remember which one it is. It's the little things. We're going to be using that one, that little one there. And also some background stamping, just using the little half-tone dot one from the Abstract Marks 2 set. So I've got everything set up. I've got my Stabilo All pencils, which I'm going to be using for doing the watercolouring. I've got some VersaFine Clair in Nocturne, which is the black. I've already put my stamp onto a stamping plate. I've got my 2 stamps already mounted on my block, which is going to be reversible, so I don't have to fish around for them, he says. And I've got my Stabilo All. I've got the orange, yellow, a green and a blue. So without further ado, he says, let's start the clock rolling. So we've got it at 10 minutes and we're off. Okay, so we'll put that there so I can still see it. So I'm going to grab the stamp and the Nocturne ink. Just give it a good ink up. And then flip that over, just move those out of the way. And then I'm going to do it just so that it's just slightly towards the left, which gives me a little bit of room here. But I'm not particularly bothered about getting a perfect impression. All right, so the stamp is called Sketchy Floral for a reason. So I'm just performing CPR. There we go. And then just lift it straight off. Ta-da! Okay, so I'll put that to one side for later. So what I want to do now is just quickly give it a blast. It won't take long. That'll do. We haven't lost very much time there at all. I'm going to take the green Stabilo pencil and just colour into some of the branches, the centres of the leaves, like so. And a little bit down there, a little bit down there, on the stems, a bit towards the bottom. So this flower was kind of inspired by a magnolia, which was also from a wallpaper that my mum and dad had on their landing and hallway stairs at the old house. The one that we sold earlier this year. And because it's kind of like watercolour-y, you know, you can afford not to be too I say prissy, but that's not necessarily the right word that I'm looking for, really. You can afford not necessarily to be too, you know, exacting with it. You can allow yourself to be a little bit free, if you like. And then just, that's it. And you can always come in later, once you've done, and add some other colour. All right, so now we're going to go into a little bit of orange into the centres of those flowers. And like I said, we are aiming for a watercolory effect, so you can, like I said, you can afford to be as kind of free with it as you want. And I know I've never seen an orange magnolia. You don't have to tell me. It's called artistic license or something on those lines. I did have some kitchen roll somewhere. Oh, there we go. And then grab the yellow. Alright, and again, some water on that brush, and then we can just start blending those two together. And because they are water based, they should reactivate and blend quite nicely. Lovely stuff. Very pretty, very pretty. Right, I'm going to just lightly grab the blue and just do a little bit of light shading just towards the top. Make sure we've got plenty of water on the brush, and then we can just kind of start pushing it around. Okay, and then we just need to grab a little bit of that VersaFine Clair again, and then I'm just going to do second generation stamping, and then just do a little bit of light stamping in that background, just to kind of give it a little bit of texture. But not a lot. And then turn that over, and then we can stamp that down here. Oh, look, and we've got a little block. I can clear that later with a little bit of alcohol. So what have we got left? Have we got any more time left? Right, okay, a little bit more time. There we go. And then if I take some of that blue bit of a squirt. And I can also just add some splatters into that white. And there we go. All we have to do now is just to leave it for a minute or two. And let's pick up that. And we've got 30 odd seconds left. There we go. It's just a shame about that little block, but we can make that to our advantage if we wanted to. If we had a black pen handy, which I think I probably do, I can come back later when that's dried and then just create like a faux little box for your quote to sit in. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed watching me create this 10-minute coffee break make today. If you did, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.